Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL, and we are back with another Mobile Legends video, man. And we are back with a very huge topic that's been going on in the community for the longest. It's been a very huge debate. On one side, we've had the debate that there's no such thing as a worst hero in Mobile Legends. On the other side, people say that there are worse heroes in Mobile Legends. And I think that there's like a middle ground where people think that bad and worst means the exact same thing. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video. And actually, you all have been showing so much love on the videos lately, so what I want you all to do is smash that thumbs up on this video, because I'm going to put even more editing into this video to try to basically help get the point across and show you all certain things. So if you like and appreciate the effort and you want to see more and more content where it's going to be like just really edited and really well thought out and planned out and stuff like that, just drop a thumbs up so I know that you all keep enjoying the content, because as you all can see from the latest content, man, we've just been getting better and better. So if you all continue to show me that you appreciate the content, I'm definitely going to continue to put more and more effort and hard work into it, which is why we're doing this topic, which we have never done before. So we're going to be going over this debate and really breaking down what makes a hero the worst hero in Mobile Legends. So starting off, I definitely have to say there is definitely a such thing as a worst hero in Mobile Legends, but there's no such thing as a bad hero. And the distinction between these two things is that a bad hero would mean that the hero is just absolutely trash. There's no hero that's just absolutely trash. Every hero is good for certain situations. There is a like you can choose any hero in Mobile Legends. There's a situation where they're amazing in it. Let's look at some of the worst heroes. So Alucard, Mia, Layla, Eudora. So Alucard, he is the king of lifesteal. He has crazy damage and he has insane lifesteal, and he can easily wipe out a whole team under certain circumstances. Now, if he gets stunned, it's over with for him. So like stuff like that. Like these are the situations that kind of makes this debate come to life, because on one hand, you have the side of people arguing like, yo, Alucard can literally just keep getting lifesteal back and destroy a whole team. But on the other side is the people who know why he's the worst hero, why he's a worst hero. And the reason that he's a worst hero is because yes, he is a very powerful hero, but most of the time the meta just does not support that. So it just does not support him. He's basically going to get stunned. 9 times out of 10 he's going to get hit with a stun. That's why he's one of the worst heroes. Mia, she has the fastest attack speed. Layla, she has crazy range and damage. Eudora, she like is the one burst goddess when she's fed. So you have all these heroes who are some of the most powerful heroes to ever be released in Mobile Legends, but at the same time they can be the worst. So let's really break down and dive into what makes a hero worse. So what makes a hero worse isn't the hero. Like what makes a hero one of the worst heroes in Mobile Legends has very little to do with the hero at all. And I know that might seem weird. You might be wondering, yo, if you're gonna say this hero is the worst, how can this hero not be the reason that it's the worst? And let me explain. So what makes the hero the worst isn't the hero, it's the circumstances surrounding that hero. So basically, the hero does not control the circumstances. The meta controls the circumstances. So let's say you like for instance, so Layla versus a low mobility team. Let's have Layla on a team where she's going against a bunch of super slow heroes. Let's have Layla going against like Ballman, somebody who can't really stop her and do much. Like you can outrun a Ballman. Let's have Layla going up against a Ballman. Who else we have that's super slow? Like I can't really think of many like super slow heroes right now, but there's a few in Mobile Legends, man. Super slow and non-dangerous, like Hilda. If you don't step into a bush, Hilda's not really going to do much with Layla, especially if Layla just runs and steps under a tower. So it's just some basic positioning you could outplay a Hilda. Sun, Layla can easily run under a tower away from a Sun. He's not super fast, as opposed to you having heroes like Hellcurt or something like that who can just make everything go dark, and then he got super speed where he can run at you and there's no escaping him. When you have a low mobility team, Layla is absolutely amazing. But Layla versus a high mobility team. Let's say you do have a Hellkurt. Let's say you do have a Gaijin. Gaijin tags you one time and he'll just come flying at you. Let's say you do have this super high mobility team. You have a Cyclops. Cyclops will literally imprison you and then he can speed up and come and destroy you. That's a high mobility team. Now, that in that situation, that makes Layla bad. And the meta is basically a high mobility meta right now. That means 9 times out of 10 that you're going to go against a high mobility team. So this is what makes these heroes bad. Basically, on one hand, if they were going against low mobility, low stuns, and all of these conditions, then yeah, they would be very, very powerful. But when you have a high mobility team, everyone on that team has stuns and stuff like that. That makes them really, really weak. That makes them some of the worst heroes in Mobile Legends. And because of the meta, because of the heroes people are picking, you see a lot of Gaijins, you see a lot of Kachas, you see a lot of heroes with crazy mobility, crazy range, crazy, like just crazy speed. This is what makes them the worst heroes. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be going against a team that counters all of these heroes. Alucard, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have somebody, like his lifesteal is crazy, but most of the time, if you play 10 games, 9 of those games, you're probably going to have a bunch of heroes that can counter him. Like, and now, keep in mind, this does not take into consideration, you might be a better Alucard than someone is a good Ruby. So yes, you can go against somebody like Ruby who actually counters Alucard, and if that Ruby is bad, you can pull out a win. But still, you're not supposed to pull out a win. You're not supposed to pull out a win in that situation at all. You're just really good. Now, if you go against somebody at the exact same level as you, if you have Ruby and if you have Alucard and they have Ruby, you're going to lose 100% of the time because they're just as good as you, but with their hero. So yeah, there is the factor that, oh, I can luck up and get somebody who, like, I can go against a hero that counters me, but if I'm better than that person who's playing that hero, I can easily kill them. And that's what happens a lot of times when I'm using Layla. I know that you all have seen me use Layla, Mia, and heroes like this all the time, and you see that I can come out and pull out the win. That's because most of the time, even if someone is using a hero that's more powerful, they're just not as good of a player. So yes, skill has a lot to do with certain heroes as well, but there are worst heroes. That does not mean that the worst heroes don't exist. So Alucard, he has the best lifesteal probably in Mobile Legends history. He's literally the king of lifesteal. But what good is being the king of lifesteal if every single hero on the enemy team will stun you every single time you try to move? So I mean that's one of the biggest drawbacks of using Alucard. Mia, fastest attack speed in the game, but her range is pretty low. Her range isn't the best range, and she only goes invisible, and she goes invisible for a short time. So you have these people with crazy mobility, like let's say Lancelot. Lancelot can dash at Mia 3 times. Like when she tries to go and tries to run away, Lancelot can dive at her 3 times, and then he's back caught up with her, even if she's invisible. And also keep in mind that she can still be hit. So if you predict what motion she was going in before she went invisible and which route is the best route for her to run, you can still hit her if you have a skill like Lancelot's second ability that does that little triangle thing. So she can still be hit by that as well. Also, we have Layla. Layla has crazy range and damage, and she can be a very, very insane hero, but most good people will actually stop Layla from getting fed before she even gets fed. Layla really depends on, and I saw some comments yesterday that said, oh, you think Layla's good, you're a noob. And that just shows the thinking and the level of the Mobile Legends community. It's a lot of people who actually understand how Layla is one of the best heroes and why Layla is one of the most difficult heroes to play. But people think that it's impossible to predict. Like, you think that just because a Gaijin is coming after you, just because a Lancelot is faster than you, you think that it's impossible to be smarter than these people than to predict these people coming and all of this stuff. It's not impossible. It just means you have to be really good. And there's not that many. You don't see many people in the Mobile Legends community that's just that good. What you have to understand about the Mobile Legends community is the Mobile Legends community is still young. The Mobile Legends community is still a baby compared to these other MOBAs. So the players are getting better, but they're not quite there just yet. They're not quite to the tier and to the level of most MOBA players. Like when you go to a game like League of Legends, notice the majority of the best players, I've said this multiple times, the majority of the best players in Mobile Legends came from League of Legends, including myself. You had other people like some of the pro players, they came from Dota. Like all these other MOBAs, it's so easy to play Mobile Legends for us because we came from other MOBAs that's a lot more difficult than Mobile Legends. So that's what you have to understand. You have to be able to open your mind and see things differently. And then we have Eudora. Eudora, she can burst. If she gets that first burst off, it's absolutely crazy. But once she gets that first burst off, she doesn't have any skills. She doesn't have any abilities. She uses all her skills to get that one kill. And yes, she will secure that. Whatever kill that is, she more than likely will secure it. But at the same time, at that point, she's useless. As opposed to someone like a Cyclops. Cyclops, he'll hit you with his ultimate. He can keep using all three of his abilities, and each abilities will help each other like cool down a lot quicker, so he can constantly spam you with abilities over and over and over and over, as opposed to Eudora, who hits you one time. Yeah, she does a lot of damage that one time, but you go against a Cyclops and he's going to be attacking you all day. I'd rather have a Cyclops on my team any day because like he can attack more consistently for more damage. So yeah, let me know what you all think though. That's basically this whole debate, man. The debate is there are definitely worse heroes. There are worse heroes in Mobile Legends. Some heroes are just better. It depends on the meta. The meta shapes which heroes are good and which heroes are bad. It has absolutely nothing to do with the hero. So I see a lot of comments that always say, yo, this hero can do this hero can do that, this hero, that does not matter. What heroes do people use in the meta, and is that powerful versus these certain heroes? So that's what you have to think about when you're considering, is a hero worse or is a hero better? Because most of the time when we say a hero is worse, it's not that the hero is bad whatsoever. Like I said, these are some of the most powerful heroes. Like Alucard, there is literally no one as good as him when it comes to this lifesteal. But that means absolutely nothing if the meta does not support him being able to use that lifesteal. So that's the type of stuff that you have to think about when you're thinking about these heroes, and when you're thinking about this whole topic of the best and the worst heroes in Mobile Legends. So let me know what you all think in the comments section down below. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you all understand it, and hopefully this can spread some more awareness around the community to basically try and get some people thinking differently. It's 2019. It's time for people to start really understanding some of the things that I'm talking about. I've been talking about these things for 2-3 years now, like almost 3 years now, I think. So like this stuff is nothing new, but you just have to be willing to listen and really willing to understand in order to really understand what's going on. You have to be willing to listen. If someone says Layla is really strong and you say, oh, you're an idiot, like obviously you're never going to be good enough to understand, because you didn't take the time to listen and take the time to learn. But if you understand, like, oh, so she has to be under the right circumstances, you have to do all the work. You can't depend on her skills and abilities. That's the difference. With Claude, you don't have to be a good player whatsoever. Claude's skills and abilities do all the work. With Layla, you have to do all the work. So that's the type of distinctions that you're gonna be able to learn when you actually take the time to listen. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Make sure you give some of your tips and some of your thoughts on this topic. Make sure you drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, homies. Peace out, y'all. I'm on it. Can't fail for my family, I want it. So they'll never need hope.